Subway built its entire empire on the "Eat Fresh" slogan, famously using the late 90s to position itself as the weight loss alternative to traditional burger joints. For many of us, the green and yellow sign represents a safe choice where we can eat a large meal without the guilt associated with a drive-thru. However, the modern Subway menu has evolved into a landscape of caloric landmines. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. While a standard McDonald's Big Mac contains approximately 590 calories, several of Subway's most popular healthy-sounding sandwiches far exceed that number. When you start adding quantities of meat, double cheese, and the signature creamy sauces, your 6-inch or foot-long sub can quickly transform into a caloric heavyweight. If you are trying to maintain a deficit, you need to be aware of these 5 sandwiches that are secretly heavier than a double-decker burger.
With more than 42,000 restaurants in over 100 countries, Subway has the most locations of any fast food chain on the planet. And at first that sounds like a sign of a thriving subgiant.
And still is today about Subway is really an open kitchen format. In many ways, they really pioneered that and the ability to customize your sandwich.
Subway's famous giant footlong sandwiches are made right before your eyes, the way you want them.
Subway's closed thousands of stores in the last 3 years and saw a 25% fall in business from 2012 to 2017.
1. The chicken and bacon ranch melt, footlong. The calorie truth. This sandwich is often the top choice for those who want lean, white meat chicken but crave a bit of flavor. However, the name itself hides the danger. Once you add the melted Monterey cheddar and several strips of bacon, you have left the realm of health food. A footlong chicken and bacon ranch melt can pack a staggering 1,140 calories. Even if you only eat a 6-inch portion, you are looking at 570 calories, which is nearly identical to a Big Mac. The ranch in the title is the primary offender. Subway's peppercorn ranch is a fat, dense dressing that adds hundreds of calories in just a few squirts. When combined with the saturated fats in the bacon and cheese, this chicken sub becomes a nutritional nightmare.
The brand redefined fast food with fresh ingredients that customers could see. Compared to other fast food chains at the time, it felt healthy. And it worked.
In the late 70s and in the 80s and in the 90s, everyone knew about Subway. I mean, they were everywhere. They're still everywhere.
By 1981, there were 200 locations across the U.S. And soon after, Subway went international.
The format is pretty simple. You buy a franchise, you get trained, they help you secure a location, they help with a grand opening, and you're open. You're open for business.
2. The Italian BMT, footlong. The calorie truth. The BMT stands for biggest, meatiest, tastiest, but it could easily stand for big meals to avoid. Because it features sliced Genoa salami, spicy pepperoni, and Black Forest ham, it is marketed as a traditional deli classic. Because it is just deli meat, many customers perceive it as lighter than a fried burger. A foot-long Italian BMT on 9-grain wheat bread comes in at roughly 720 calories before you add a single drop of mayo or a slice of cheese. Once you add the standard provolone and a realistic amount of mayonnaise, the total easily climbs to 900 or 1,000 calories. The processed meats in this sandwich are high in fat and density, making it significantly more caloric than a Big Mac despite its fresh appearance.
Not only were Subway franchises successful, they were, and still are, one of the cheapest chains to franchise. It costs between $116,000 and $263,000 to open a Subway franchise.
Their biggest successes for sure was the Jared Fogle story. Everyone remembers those ads where it's him in those huge pants where he's showing how he lost all of this weight. And that just made them so much money, and it really made people think about Subway.
Subway's success continued into the early 2000s. At a time when obesity was rising rapidly in America, Subway continued to market itself as a healthy alternative to fast food.
It was one of the biggest advertising wins that any chain's had in recent decades.
3. The sweet onion chicken teriyaki, footlong. The calorie truth. This is perhaps the most deceptive item on the list. It is frequently featured on the fresh fit menu because the chicken is not fried and the sauce is fat-free. However, fat-free does not mean calorie-free. The sweet onion teriyaki sauce is essentially liquid sugar. When you order a footlong, the bread alone provides about 400 calories. Add the double portion of teriyaki glazed chicken and a heavy pour of that sugary sauce, and you are looking at approximately 680 to 750 calories. While it is lower in fat than a Big Mac, the sheer volume of bread and sugar often results in a higher total calorie count that will spike your insulin and leave you hungry again in 2 hours.
Behind the scenes, many of the reasons for Subway's success had turned on them. Starting in 2014, Subway sales began steadily dropping, and fast casual chains like Panera were offering seemingly fresher and healthier options. On top of that, fast food chains that had been around as long as Subway were coming up with healthy alternatives of their own.
Fewer people are opting to eat fresh these days. The restaurant chain Subway continues to see declining sales.
4. The steak and cheese footlong. The calorie truth. Steak sounds like a high-protein, clean choice for those following a fitness regimen. But the steak used at Subway is a processed, pre-portioned product that is designed to be juicy and flavorful through the addition of additives and fats. A footlong steak and cheese on Italian herbs and cheese bread starts at about 760 calories. The herbs and cheese bread is a hidden trap, adding an extra 50 to 100 calories compared to the plain white or wheat options. If you follow this Subway series recipe, which includes double cheese and creamy sauces, this sandwich can easily top 1,100 calories. You could almost eat 2 Big Macs for the same caloric investment as this one steak sub.
With Subway's franchising model making it so easy to open locations, stores inevitably started opening up around the corner from each other in lucrative markets. And Subway Corporate wasn't stopping it, because the company benefited from a high number of locations. More locations meant more franchising fees, and high royalties to Subway Corporate, which diminished the effect of falling sales from a single location.
The Subway franchise agreement, the contract, it says they can open anywhere. There's no protected territory. So franchisees really have no say-so.
When franchisees' sales are kind of slipping, as long as they're staying open, it doesn't necessarily hurt Subway as much as it would some other chains.
5. The tuna sub footlong. The calorie truth. Tuna is a lean fish, so a tuna sub should be the healthiest thing on the menu, right? Unfortunately, Subway's tuna salad is not just tuna. It is a massive mixture of tuna and full-fat mayonnaise. Because the tuna is pre-mixed in large batches, you cannot ask for light mayo. A footlong tuna sub is a caloric bomb, containing roughly 900 calories. The fat content in the tuna mix is exceptionally high, making it one of the most energy-dense items at the restaurant. While you are getting your omega-3s, you are also getting more calories than a Big Mac and a small fry combined.